Hey everyone, it's John. Welcome back to the channel. Good as always to have you along. I'm here with a review of Mortal Kombat 2. There's blood, there's action, there's violence, it's gratuitous, it's over the top. This movie has no business being as fun as it is, you guys. And because it's Mortal Kombat 2, I decided to go with two different ways to immerse myself. Not only am I doing the 270-degree panoramic experience, I decided to combine that with D-Box motion seat immersion. All this to find out if you need to get over here. So is this too much or does it make the movie? I'm about to find out. Before we get too far into it, I just want to say it's Subscriber Appreciation Month. I'm inviting new subscribers, old subscribers. There's a movie that you love and you want me to review it, link in the video below. We're trying to get to 150 subscribers and we are so close. So if you subscribe now and want to put your favorite movie in the comments, I might review it. But thank you guys so much for all of you who have already participated. So if you don't know what D-Box motion seats are, these are computer programmed motion activated seats. So it's not just vibration, they actually slightly tilt. But what's really cool about this is you can adjust the levels. I did do a review for D-Box when I saw Avatar Fire and Ash, and that was actually a lot different experience than this. And it's not just because this was in ScreenX. I've come to find out that the effectiveness of D-Box really is contingent on how well the programmers synchronize the data to actually match what you're seeing on screen. I found that in some cases with Avatar Fire and Ash, it felt like your seat was just vibrating, which was still really cool for some of these machine gun type scenes, but for this it was way more synchronized. Even the subtlety of Jax punching something, you could really feel the vibration leading up to the punch itself, and then boom, your seat jolts a little bit. Last time I had a little bit of an issue with figuring out how to adjust it, and this time I did not have that issue and decided to just crank it all the way up. I'm doing it for you guys. I want full immersion so I could tell you guys what it's like, and I thought it was pretty awesome. For instance, another really cool subtlety that I enjoyed, the scene with Scorpion when the arrow comes out of his hand, the seat was synchronized perfectly to the actual motion of the vine that comes through it. Not only do you get that little rumble right before it pops right out of his hand, get over here, you also get the subtlety of the motion of the vine gliding through the air. The immersion was on point. Maybe because Avatar was a little bit long, I thought the D-Box was cool, but nothing like how it was for this. D-Box uses motion actuators. It isn't just tilting randomly or just vibrating. It uses frequencies that can be as subtle as mimicking the texture of the ground. So when somebody is actually walking or grabbing or scratching, you feel that tingling going down the seat. And if it's meant to visually be from a higher point, you feel that vibration higher in the seat. And if it's meant to visually trigger something that feels lower to the ground, you feel that immersion to the bottom half of the seat. So in a rare scene where someone is climbing from bottom to top, or even being dragged or pulled, you will feel that immersion coming from top to bottom or bottom to top. Whatever the programmers had in mind to mimic what you're seeing on screen. This is the difference between a heavier vibration for Jax's punch, let's say, and a sharper vibration for Scorpion's spear. And D-Box offers 3 degrees of immersion. The first one being pitch, which is the tilting forward and back. The second being the roll, which is tilting side to side, and what they call the heave, which is the up and the down. For a movie like Mortal Kombat 2, it's number 3, the heave, that makes you feel the impact of a character, let's say, being slammed into the ground. While the second one, the roll, mimics the camera panning around the space. So there are scenes in this movie where you enter in the fight. It feels like a video game, which makes sense because it is Mortal Kombat. You get these scenes where the camera is swinging around the characters, whether they're dodging or ducking or slamming or jumping, and the camera is moving up and down. It feels like you are an active participant inside of the actual scene. So the seats give you that subtlety of the camera sliding to left and right and in and out. It just feels like a fun ride. And that brings us to ScreenX. If you are here, you might have seen my video on Mario Galaxy and ScreenX. Or my latest one for Michael. So if you want to know more about ScreenX, check out Super Mario Galaxy and check out Michael, because those were two totally different experiences. I felt that Mario Galaxy was really fun in ScreenX and probably a little bit more bang for your buck. I didn't want to write off ScreenX completely for live action, although those Michael concert scenes were really cool. And felt like you were actually there. This is a completely different experience than those two, because this movie almost feels like a little bit of a live action meets animation. When you get to these fight scenes, they are super immersive, very engaging, and really make you feel like you are there. With ScreenX and the 270-degree panoramic experience that is meant to get all of your peripheral vision, this really makes you feel like you are in the scene. I feel like that's what I liked about the Mario Galaxy movie in ScreenX, that is. Pacing was good, so you really felt like it was moving. But like it or love it, when ScreenX is working on all cylinders and you're getting it from every single angle, including the center, it is a fun ride. But the video I took doesn't give it justice, but it gives you a little bit of insight as to what these scenes were like. Check it out.
Vengeance will be mine.
There are a lot of scenes in here that use the ScreenX. So what do I mean by that? Well, like I said, if you want to know more, go check out my other video, but ScreenX uses the standard widescreen format, and the scenes that are specifically designed for ScreenX will kick in and you get that full 270-degree panoramic. I am happy to report Mortal Kombat 2 uses a lot of that in here, which is great because that's why you buy a ticket to ScreenX. I had my doubts coming into this movie, but afterwards I was like totally worth my ScreenX ticket. We talked about D-Box, we talked about ScreenX. How do these two immersions work together? Is it too much?
One of you three will decide the outcome of the tournament.
I had separately done D-Box, I had separately done ScreenX, and I said, I'm gonna mash these together and see what happens. Even at first coming into this, I was like, oh no, this is gonna be a long 2 hours. I thought this was super fun, you guys. After doing some research, I had found that both ScreenX and D-Box, it is entirely up to the programmers and the Imagineers behind the film to see how much they want to sync together to create a level of cohesion that helps elevate what you're seeing on screen. For ScreenX, are they using the 270-degree panoramic experience? Are they leaning into that? Are they modifying the film so that it's a more enjoyable experience for you? And along with the actual D-Box, is it just vibrating? Or did they code it in such a nuanced way that it really helps complement what you're seeing on screen? And I feel like they did this because they probably felt really good about this Mortal Kombat 2 movie and thought, you know what? Let's take the time to get people to come sit in the seat and do a premium format experience. And it's so nice when they actually do it. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to see an IMAX movie or a 3D movie, and it feels like it's kind of just shoehorned in or an afterthought.
Remember, if you fail, the earth fails with you. Uno mas, thanks.
I don't feel that way at all with this movie. I do feel like it was very well choreographed and synchronized to both the seat motion and the ScreenX experience.
Damn.
When both of these are working together in tandem, I feel like I not only got my money's worth, felt like I enjoyed the movie more than I should have. So with that, for me, the D-Box is working, the ScreenX experience was working. Now, was the movie working? This movie has no business being as fun as it is, you guys. I had zero desire to see Mortal Kombat 2, and if I'm being honest, I was more enticed to try the D-Box and ScreenX. Mortal Kombat was one of my favorite games to play on Sega when I was a kid, even though my brother would beat me most of the time. But I really love that game, and I really like that movie from 1995. I just watched it the other day, and it's still fun and holds up. It's cheesy 90s camp, all in the best ways.
Your soul is mine.
I don't know, martial arts were such a big thing in the 90s. When you think about Ninja Turtles, Mortal Kombat, Surf Ninjas, for some of you diehards who know Surf Ninjas, please let me know in the comments. So truth be told, I had not even seen Mortal Kombat 1, the 2021 version that came out a few years ago. I did a rewatch and I thought it was fun. If you know Josh Lawson, who plays Kano,
Oh, hello, sunshine.
He's also in a really funny show that I watched called Saint Dennis Medical, so check out that because he's super hilarious in that. He was a highlight. I was like half into it when I saw the first one, but every time he is on the screen, he is charismatic, electrifying, and funny. So of course they're gonna find out some way to bring him back for Mortal Kombat 2. But the shining star, which is no surprise, and they set him up in the first one, was Karl Urban's character of the Johnny Cage.
Now would be a good time to use those powers, mate. You wanna know my power? I am Johnny Cage. Oh, whiff.
He brings a level of charisma that Josh Lawson brought to the first one as Kano, and so now you have both of them with their quips, their quick dialogue, and they really help ground this film, which could have been too over serious, I would say, and they bring some levity to it, and they are the conduit for the audience to come into this world.
Fight.
Well, easy, all right.
If you liked that first one, you are gonna love this one because it's a better movie. It just feels tighter, the pacing is quicker, and it's easier to understand. I feel like the first one was trying to get too deep in the minutia of Mortal Kombat and the games and Outworld and connecting all these different things. And I think they took everything that was weighing down that first movie, threw it out, and was like, you know what? People are just here to turn off their brain, have a good time, see some awesome fight scenes, hear a lot of curse words, there's blood, there's action, there's violence, it's gratuitous, it's over the top, and it's really, really fun and easy to watch. Is Mortal Kombat the best action movie I've ever seen? Not by any means, but it is better than the one before this. And I always gauge these kind of movies on, would I watch this again? I probably would. If you are gonna watch it only once, I would definitely recommend to try out D-Box, to try out ScreenX. And if you are fortunate enough to have a theater that does both, do both, you will not regret it. And I would totally see this movie again. With that, did you see Mortal Kombat 2? Did you like it? Or better yet, have you seen a movie in D-Box or ScreenX, or dare I say, like myself, try it in both? Stay tuned because I am searching for the right movie to do the trifecta. That is right, I'm doing ScreenX, D-Box, and 3D. And someone else in the comments also recommended 4DX, so I will be doing that as well. And like I mentioned up front, it is subscriber appreciation month. Click on my You Pick video for more information and leave your comment down below with the movie you want me to review. And I might pick your movie to review next month. Thanks again, and as always, I will see you guys at the movies.